investors, if you want to get rich with stocks that increase 500%, 1,000%, 2,000% or more, you need to know this one thing I'm going to share with you in this video about knowing how to read a chart like a pro in 3 seconds or less. That's right, 3 seconds or less. You're going to learn how to read a chart like a pro, and you're going to learn the secret that all the mega billion, possibly not trillion, well, billion-dollar hedge funds use to make billions of dollars. Okay, this is the secret that the multi-billion-dollar hedge funds are using to make a pile of cash, and they don't want you to know about this. So they're telling you, about some proprietary systems that they have, thousands of analysts that they have. You have this guy Ray Dalio that claims he's got some, system, whatever. But here's what these guys really use. Okay, you ready for this? These moving averages. That's right, the moving average, the simple moving averages. This thing has been around for I don't know how many years. I mean, ever since I remember, at least 30 plus years, it's been relatively popular, right? The moving averages. But the moving average is basically anytime you look at a chart, you want to be long, you want to be buying a stock if it is above the 50 and the 200-day moving average, okay? Why is that? Well, there's an old saying on Wall Street, the trend is your friend. The trend is your friend. Now, again, I in my bestseller book, 10-Bagger Blueprint, I tell you how to, really analyze these charts and give you, again, the proven system, everything you need to know to find stocks that increase 1,000% or more, okay? 10-Bagger Blueprint. My name is Jack Marks, of course, I forgot to tell you, but yeah, Jack Marks, 10-Bagger Blueprint. Get this on Amazon. Now, here's the thing. The trend is your friend. If you look at, again, any of the big hedge funds, and I'm going to give you a story about, there was a fund, a guy in the 1960s, he made a bet with his partner, his business partner, that he could turn any idiot, any guy off the street, into a multimillionaire trader, okay? And he did it. They put together a group of like 30 guys. They put him through a program. A big part of it was really this trend following system, meaning you want to be long anytime a stock is above the 50 to 200-day moving average, and you want to be short or out of it when it's below that 50 to 200-day moving average. Now, there's nuances, variations on how they do it, or whatever it is. Of course, risk management is absolutely important. Okay, you gotta know how to manage risk. You gotta know when to parlay. There's some nuances which kind of separate the guys who turn 10 grand into 100 grand, and the guy who turns 10 grand into 100 million. Okay, so and again, they've all done it using this system. There's nuances, and again, it's something I talk about in the book, 10-Bagger Blueprint, which you can get on Amazon. I also tell you about how to read charts. One of my favorite things I look for in a chart. If I'm looking to enter a stock that potentially could be a 10x or more, a stock that could be a 10-bagger, is I'm looking at something very simple. I'm looking for a stock that is coming out of a major base. I want to see a major double bottom, head and shoulders bottom. And again, I show you how to analyze these patterns in 10-Bagger Blueprint. And I want to see that stock, after it comes out of that bottom, it's got to be breaking out above that 50 and 200-day moving average, right? So the ideal chart setup is, in my opinion, an inverted head and shoulders bottom or big double bottom with a wide base. I'm talking about a base that, if you look at a daily chart, the base should be about 2 years or more. Why is that important? Well, again, like I talk about in the book, the wider the base, the bigger your foundation. If you want to build a 100-story skyscraper, you want to have a very deep base. You can't have just a one-story foundation. You want to have a very deep, solid foundation in order to support a major uptrend. Okay, that's a secret nobody else is going to tell you. You're going to learn this in the book, 10-Bagger Blueprint. By the way, this is not just about penny stocks. You can use this for, NASDAQ stocks, $50 stocks, whatever it is. It's all the same. It really is all absolutely the same. But specifically, I talk about the business of public venture capital, which is, the micro cap or penny stock market, if you will. Companies under, 500 million market cap. That's kind of the area that I like the most. I think that's where we see the most opportunity. It's a very inefficient market, and that presents opportunities for smart investors. Now, the reason most investors, the average investor, loses money is they don't know the secrets that I talk about in this book, 10-Bagger Blueprint. I wrote this book for a very simple reason. I need you to make money with these stocks. Why is that? Well, again, I'm in the business of stock promotion, so companies pay me to get them more investor awareness, which drives an increase in stock price, increase in liquidity and valuation. But here's the thing, in order for me to be successful, I need you to know when to get in and when to get out so that you can cash in, take your money, and go into the next deal that we're promoting. Okay, listen, I'm being very candid with you. It's not I'm not a saint. I'm not here to blow smoke. Where I'm here to just be very real with you. And if you can handle the truth, you're gonna like this book, because this is just very bottom line, no nonsense. Get right to the bottom line. Everything you need to know to find stocks that go up 10x or more. 10-bagger blueprint. Check it out. And here's to your 100x, my friends. That's right, 100 baggers. We've had them, and we're looking for the next one. This book can give you that edge in finding that next 100 bagger.